Hello, big mountain riders, and welcome to another We've Been Slacking, so let's get cracking episode. For today's effort, I'll be going up Colby Climb. Colby Climb is a 0.7 mile effort with 526 feet of climbing, and it averages a gruesome 13.9% grade. The first 0.2 miles average a total of 14.2%, so this one is definitely a killer. And at the end of the 0.7 miles, Colby spits you out at GMR. I think it is steeper, or maybe as steep as Pomelo, but being off-road makes it definitely harder. Ready? Yeah. You'll find the start of Colby Climb nestled at the end of a neighborhood road, and the first couple meters look so inoffensive and welcoming, but don't be deceived. The climb gives you no heads up, no preparation. It automatically creeps up on you with an incline of hell. So as you can see, the first couple meters seem pretty okay, 6%, 7, 8, 9, but then it doesn't go down from there. I think there is a part that kind of flattens out maybe towards the end, but other than that, it's steep. This was my first time riding Colby Climb, and there seems to be a pattern going on in this series. All of the efforts I've done so far have been first timers, and not knowing the climbs makes it just a little harder to pace. Maybe had I been familiar with it, perhaps done it a few times before the effort, would have helped me have a better idea on how to pace it. Joe had done it once before, I think, so he did warn me that it was going to be a tough one. I went for this effort the day after I came back from a week and a half trip to Brazil. I was there for work, and I probably rode a total of 10 miles when I was there, so I was a bit nervous to jump straight onto a full-gassed effort, but thankfully my legs felt rested, and at least I had, a few miles on my legs. I wasn't 100% off the bike, so that was good. The goal for this climb was to do an average of somewhere between 205 to 210 watts, but for the first part of the climb, I actually averaged 220 watts. So we definitely started way faster than we should have. But it is almost impossible to go slower on that first half because it's so steep, and going any slower on this gravel road makes it hard to keep traction. And therefore the cadence is low, even though the power is high. You can also see that this gravel road, not only is it steep, but it's rough, quite uneven with tons of loose sections and rocks that need to be avoided. It's a way harder terrain than the effort up Johnson Pasture, which, by the way, if you missed that, go check it out. There are links in the description box below.
Right in your pace. I might be going too fast. It's hard to go slow.
As soon as Joe said that, I felt like I was given the okay to take it easy, and I tried diminishing the power for a second, only to realize that if I wanted to keep going up this crazy 19% part, I'd had to put more power down, or else I almost felt like I would fall backwards or just fall altogether. So it's extremely hard to go slow on this section. It was only around 73 degrees, but it felt like an oven. I was wearing my super lightweight radiator jersey, but I still felt like zipping it open. Sometimes when I'm doing efforts and I'm uncomfortable, I fixate on all the things that are adding to that discomfort. For example, leg muscle pain or back pain, but luckily today my body felt strong, so instead I was directing all my focus on how hot I felt. I was also having trouble controlling my breathing, and Joe wasn't helping because he was picking up some dirt in the front, which was clogging up my lungs and making me cough up a storm. Also, this is where I begin to swerve back and forth, and I'm trying my absolute best to keep a straight line, but as you can see, it is quite hard to do so. There are a ton of rocks that I was trying to avoid, but I'm also tired, and it's just making it really hard. This is also where Joe gives me some words of encouragement. And up until this point, I hadn't looked at my Garmin, so I decided to glance at it only to realize I'd only been riding for approximately 3 minutes and still have so much more to go. I shouldn't have looked at it because now I knew I wouldn't be able to keep up the power I had been holding for the rest of the climb.
It's over.
I need that heat that I won't forget. Come on, make me sweat. Jalapeno, jalapeno. I like it hot, but we ain't there yet. Come on, let me get jalapeno, jalapeno. Jalapeno, jalapeno.
So as you can see, I started to overheat, so I had to unzip my jersey a little bit to get some airflow. And you know, the first 3 minutes were terrible, but somehow my body just got used to the grind, and even though I was really tired, I seemed to be a little more accepting of the pain. It's as if my body had settled into the grind, and that usually happens. You know, I'll be writing thinking that I'm just gonna do worse and worse, and the body does the opposite. It kind of just gets used to what's going on at the moment and accepts the pain and the suffering. So that's kind of what happened to me. And the power is very inconsistent, especially at the top. But I'm just looking at the Garmin, making sure that I'm hitting the numbers. And when I see it go down, I bring it back up. And it was just a game of, you know, going back and forth, trying to keep that pace, or not the pace, but keep the power where I wanted it to be. On my previous effort videos, some of you have commented that I rock a lot when I climb, and I couldn't agree more. I am completely aware of my exaggerated upper body movements, and the reason why I do this is because, or I think it's because I have a very weak core, but that's something that I've been working on. So for the past 2 months or so, I've been dedicating some time to strengthening my core, and I've been doing my both core and glute strengthening exercises. So I do about 30 to 45 minutes every day, sometimes in the morning, usually before riding, and that's been helping, and I've been feeling stronger. So here Joe messed up, and I had to unclip, or actually I'm blaming it on him because I think he unclipped first, and I was right behind him, so I had to unclip. But he says I unclipped first, so you'll be the judge of that. So I don't think I lost that much time. It did take me a little while to get back on because it's like a 16% section, so it's hard to get back on, but I didn't lose that much time. So yeah, so like I was saying, I think the strengthening exercises have been helping, so hopefully when I do another effort video, I won't be rocking as much, or maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. But here, I think this is the last little switchback before we get to the upper section. And there I am. Joe is coming around me again. This section is so steep, so hard. And as you can see, I am trying my best, but I'm also so tired. The power is going down. And this is where I inevitably fall behind. And where, you know, I almost consider saying goodbye to the QOM and the effort altogether, because the gap is growing and I almost don't even want to close it. But, you know, at this point, it seems easier to just give up than to try to close the gap that is growing every second. But then I do notice that Joe starts slowing down, and that kind of encourages me to give it that little extra push that I need to get back on his butt. And all I need to do is just a little bit more. And there I am, closing it, getting closer to him. And that makes me feel really good to know that I don't have to give up just yet. And so then I glance at the top, and I can see the top from this point. And so I know that we're almost there. So there is really no point in giving up after everything that I've already accomplished. So I kind of get in this mindset, or in this zone, where I'm like, you know what, just give it a little more power. You got this. You're almost there. All you have to do is this last little climb, which will connect you to the road. And so that's what I do. I try my best on this section because this is the last little climb. And we're trying our best. As you can see, the power is definitely going up. It's way higher than it's been for the last, I don't know, 2 minutes or 3 minutes. And here we are, getting there. As soon as we cross this rocky wall, I know that I am there. And I mess up here a little bit, but who cares? We're here, we're done. I'm happy.
Well, you got the...
That was way harder than the first one.
Yeah.
The baseline and the first one.
Yeah. Did I completely mess you up on that section, or you're gonna stop anyway?
No, you messed me up so bad.
I don't know. I just started going like a little too far, and I got into loose stuff. And I was trying to save it, and I lost it.
I know. I was like, oh my god, and I was right behind you too. I was like, oh no.
Sorry.
That made us lose at least
10 seconds.
10 seconds, 20 seconds. I don't know. It took me a while to get back on.
Well, you'll have to go for it again.
Oh man.
But the bottom, I knew I was going too fast. Just like I couldn't go any slower.
Yeah, on the bottom, I was doing like 220 to something like. It's not good.
Light here.
Woo.
There's the top of the trail.
It's having a week off, like it's just messed with my lungs.
Yeah.
So bad.
For sure. But it was a good effort for just getting back. What was your power?
It was 195. I feel like we were definitely going a lot faster in the beginning, and if we would have kept a consistent pace throughout the whole thing, I would have nailed it.
Yeah. You think you could have gone slower at the beginning though?
See, I don't know. It's so hard to go slow in the beginning. Right. It's so freaking steep, and if you go slow, yeah, you spin your back tire a lot. So
right.
I don't know. I don't know. I have to try different strategies and see what works best.
We'll have to give it another shot next time.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I know I was supposed to pick the climb this time.
You did pick it. I just suggested it.
Joe suggested it and I picked it, I guess. But thank you for the suggestion, Joe.
Yeah, you're welcome.
How do you think you're gonna do?
We'll see. Well, you know, it's getting hot. My legs now are just toasted from pulling you up that.
Are you gonna go now?
Yeah.
He's gonna go now, y'all.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay.
Joe, are you ready for it?
No.
Yeah, you are.
No.
Come on, you got this.
I'm gonna go for it, but I'm not ready for it.
Especially not after going so hard, huh, with me?
Oh no, that was easy.
All right, so this is my effort up Colby climb. I did it in 9 minutes with 37 seconds, and I averaged a total of 198 watts for the climb. So there you have it. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned to see if Joe will be able to beat me on this climb. See you all later.
Jalapeno, jalapeno.